Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard wants state lawmakers to help the city crack down on crime. It comes during what the mayor himself calls a challenging time for the city, including a spike in homicides. RTV6 State House reporter Katie Hines is live now to explain. Katie?
Mayor Greg Ballard is urging state lawmakers to stiffen the penalties for people who use a gun while committing a crime. He says longer prison sentences could help reduce the violence.
We are taking a multifaceted approach to addressing the root causes of this violence, from truancy to reentry, education to job training, and helping parents to strengthening our community partnerships. Everyone has a role to play. And this morning I'm asking you to join this fight.
Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard urged a House committee to approve a bill that toughens the punishment for people who knowingly provide guns to felons or others they know intend to use the firearm to commit a crime. The proposal would also allow the state to seek an additional 10 to 20 years of prison time for people who use guns to commit crimes.
Too many times, people who have already committed violent gun crimes are being released after serving only a fraction of their prison sentence. Then they go on to commit even more violent crimes. This is what has to stop.
Ballard points to suspects involved in a violent home break-in last fall, at least one of whom was released from prison early. But the Indiana Public Defender's Council argues the bill goes too far.
You have a neighbor who's a single woman who lives by herself, and she's suddenly terrified of these home invasions. But she says, I can't buy a gun because 20 years ago I got a shoplifting conviction. And in the state of Indiana, they're all felonies.
Criminals who brandish a gun during their crime do so to instill fear in their victims. And it is time for our laws to instill similar fear in them.
One of the sponsors of this bill tells us that he brought it forward after the death of Metro Police Officer Rod Bradway. Bradway was shot and killed by a felon while trying to rescue a woman last fall. This measure now moves to the full House for consideration, and we will keep an eye on it and bring you the latest developments. For now, we're at the State House. Katie Hines, RTV6.